We had 3 posters submitted for this meeting. And if you go to our website, the meeting website, the link is in the chat right now from Ashley. You can look at all 3 posters. And we have 2 posters, one by Alonso Corral and the second one by Brenna Decker. They sent us short videos with a narrative. So we're going to play those now for you to watch. And after that, we have a break until, let's see, 1:20 Pacific, which is in about half an hour. And there is a second link, so please join us for the next symposium on the next link at 1:20 Pacific, or it's about 33 minutes from now. But please stay for the posters. Chris?
Hello, my name is Alonso Corral. Over the past year, I've been volunteering at the UTEP Biodiversity Collection with Dr. Zhuang, who is the collections manager. And over the past year, my main focus has been cataloging Dr. McKay's donation of ants. Part of that process involves cataloging those ants into a geodatabase called Arctos, which is a website where you can find any information on collected specimens from many museums around the world. So with the help of Dr. Zhuang, I developed this study on using geodatabases to determine the different species of El Paso ants. Because living in El Paso, I've come across many ants before, but ever since I've been cataloging many different species of ants, I began to realize that maybe there's more than one species of ants here in El Paso. Not only that, but to create questions like where these ants have been collected, or where have they not, because El Paso County is so big and there's only so much a scientist can do. The methods I used were pretty simple. I used Arctos and another database called Symbiota Collections of Arthropod Network, or SCAN for short. Then I would search collections by entering the family name for ants, which is Formicidae, along with the country, state, and county the ants were collected in. In this case, it was El Paso County, Texas, in the United States. Doing so, I was able to generate a checklist of species and a map of ants collected by all known institutions. The checklist consisted of 65 species in 4 subfamilies. In an article by S.T. O'Keefe and other scientists, 291 known species of Texas ants were recorded, meaning that El Paso would represent 22% of the 291 known species. The map to your right represents the 610 records found using the 2 databases. And you can also say that the data consists more of species from the subfamily Myrmicinae based on how many green dots are on the map. Which makes sense, because most of those species are part of the genus Pogonomyrmex. Pogonomyrmex are harvester ants, and harvester ants play a huge role in desert ecosystems. They disperse seeds and provide essential nutrients to seedlings. A book from Texas Tech University talks about how out of the 35 genera of Myrmicinae in North America, 17 are found in West Texas. In El Paso, however, the database were able to generate 9 genera, meaning that over 50% of the 17 Myrmicinae genera were recorded in El Paso. One can say that El Paso is diverse in species of ants. Danny L. McDonald and his colleagues record that by showing a map of Texas with each county color-coded with the total known species in that county. El Paso is reported to have a range of 37 to 72 known species, with the highest range being 73 to 119, and the lowest range being to 0 to 9 known species. However, even though we have a fair amount of species, large portions of the county have not been sampled yet. and that is something we take into the future. By exploring those undiscovered territories, we could find more species that haven't been sampled. The red circles on this map highlight sampling gaps. Just with cataloging Dr. McKay's collection, we were able to add one species to the El Paso area. And that is our goal at the Biodiversities Collection, is to add more data into Arctos database to provide a more accurate distribution representation of ants. I would like to say thank you to Dr. McKay for donating his collection of ants, to Dr. Zhuang for helping with this poster and always supporting her volunteers with new and exciting projects, to SCAN and Arctos databases for providing a user-friendly website for looking up data on ants, and finally to NSF for funding this project. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. Very much appreciate to be in this panelist submitting a poster. If there are any questions, I would gladly answer them.
Crystal Meyer wants to know if El Paso County is large and how would you target new places in El Paso County to look for ants?
So my initial plan wasn't really to expand, but one idea that me and Dr. Wang would talk about is just iNaturalist. Right now we are working on with Hampton University to update a checklist of Chihuahuan desert ants, and in that what's it called? In that work, we're working with iNaturalist and other databases. So, like for my Chihuahuan desert project in El Paso region, only I didn't really consider other databases, but that would be another solution, or to look up the other unidentified areas in the El Paso Chihuahuan desert area.
Thank you. If you have any other questions, please put them in the Q&A, and Alonso can answer them with writing your answers. And we're going to move on to the next poster, which is Brenna Decker.
Hello, I'm Brenda Decker, and I will be presenting this preliminary phylogenetic analysis of the Pompilidae genus Minogenia. This genus is found mostly in the southern hemisphere, so we wanted to ask where is the center of origin for this genus, and what was the primary mode of dispersal. The genus has the most diversity, along with many undescribed species from the neotropical regions, and we predict that the center of origin is in South America. Because the genus is relatively young, at about 11 million years old from previous phylogenetic analysis, and contains small wasps down to 4 millimeters in body length, we predict that long-distance wind dispersal is the primary mode of dispersal. Following the protocols from Brandstetter et al. 2017, we extracted and sequenced ultra-conserved elements from 95 Minogenia specimens, with several being from the 1960s and 1970s, and used both IQ-Tree2 and RASP for the analysis. We got 100% bootstrap values supporting the backbone, with several interesting distinct clades in Madagascar and the potential for several dispersal events between continents. The center of origin is estimated to most likely be from the Afrotropical region, specifically Madagascar, contrary to our prediction. The ages we determined with UCE data is about twice as old as the previous study, but still occurs well after continental breakup. So, as we predicted, long-distance wind dispersal is the most likely mode across continents, with the potential for land bridge dispersion during glaciation cycles in the Oriental and Central American regions. Further analysis with clade dispersal events will be done with this data after more specimens from undersampled localities are included. Hello, I'm Brenda Decker, and
Thanks everyone for staying online for the poster session. Again, if you want to look at the posters, please go to our website. And there's also a option to leave comments and to maybe talk to the authors of the posters. And again, we are meeting again in about half an hour for the second part of the collection tours of the world with Nicole Gunther. And please don't forget, there is a separate Zoom link for that. So we will all see you in 30 minutes about. Thanks.